Alright, how you doing? And welcome to the next video in the Soldier of Fortune 2 Unreal Edition series. In this video, we're going to introduce some bots to our game. So, let's have a look at Unreal Engine. The map is as it was before. The green stuff there is the navigation mesh for the bots. And if I move up a wee bit and look down, you can see that it covers all the ground. It actually covers, there's 2 levels to the map and it covers the ground in both levels. You can see it's on the roof there as well, but that can be sorted later. So the navigation mesh covers all the walkable area and the bots use that to navigate. And what I've done is, where have I got one? Got one there. Around the map, I've placed what they call these things here, target points. And I've put I think 5 or 6 in the map, and what happens is the bots move to these points. You place them at various points around the map, and the bots move to these points, get to that point, and then move on to the next one. You can have it, and I've set it up so you can randomly move between each one, or do it all in order or in reverse order. So there's 5 or 6 in the map just now, and the bots travel to each one, wait for a specified amount of time, and then travel to the next one. This one here is slightly different. It is a point target, but it's a point target used for the bots to lean. They'll come up to this wall and then lean to the side, peek round, and then they can shoot that way. So that's another thing there. So the bots have, obviously they've got movement, but they've got 4 or 5, maybe 6 different ways that they can attack, and I'll show you what I've got here. Let's roll. So here, so there is 7 options for them to attack. One is to run away, one is to stand and attack, one is to attack and follow the player they're attacking, one is to crouch and attack, throw a grenade, strafe left and right, and look round, lean round the corner and attack. So that's the various options that each of the bots have. And there is a, so when the map is started, I'll show you quickly. For every point target that's created, we use the function spawn actor at that location, and there's a number of configurable parameters for each bot, whether they take random movement, whether they go forward or backward around the path, an ID, an amount of health, and the weapon that they have, and the difficulty that they have. So the difficulty goes from 0 to 11. For 0, they don't move or attack. 1 to 3, they do basic attack. 4 to 6, they do more attack, more versions of the attack, and 7 to 10 they do basically any attack that's available, and 11 is the same as 10, except in 11 I call them super bots. They have a health of 1,000 rather than 100, so you can really use that to test your skills, as it were. So what happens is bot difficulty is set either randomly, or when the process of creating bots is something that will be available to anyone who creates a map. So all the parameters for each bot will be configurable, and the bot difficulty is passed into each bot and then used to determine their behaviour. And I'll quickly show you, how should I do this? Quickly show you each of the behaviours independently, and then I'll show you it all working together. So let me work out quickly how to do this. That's bot difficulty, not that. What I want to do is, so you can set it up so the bots always attack the players, but you can set up that they can attack each other as well, which is the way I've got it set up. So what I want to do here is come down to there, and then take off the random, and we'll start, and I'll take you around. I'll change this value from 0 to 6 and show you each of the different attacks. So compile that, so it's on 0 just now. So the first behaviour is behaviour 0, which is simply to run away when they see an opponent. So let's have a look. You can see the bots, they see me, they turn around, they run away. They see each other, they turn around and run away. Okay, so running away is quite simple enough. So change the selection to number 1, which is to stand and attack. So they'll see an opponent, a bot or a player, and they'll simply stop their movement. Or they might, at first they might, if the opponent is too far away, they'll move towards them. Once they get within a distance of 1,000, as you can see there, the acceptance radius, then they'll stop and attack. So let's have a little look. That appears to be working. What's that? Oops. Don't worry about that, I'll fix that. So the next behaviour is number 2, which is, where's that again? To follow and attach. So it's pretty much the same as the previous one, but in this one they'll follow you if you're moving. They'll come to a certain distance to stop. That distance is 500 this time. 500 units is 5 meters. I think 1 unit is 1 centimeter in Unreal Engine. So they'll move to that distance, and then if you move, they should follow you. So let's see what happens. As you can see, that's working. So again, with that error, don't worry about that, I'll fix that. So the next one will be option 3, which is crouch and attack. Now I don't actually have a crouch animation, but if you watch for the camera, basically, although you would think all the sort of animation that is done from the face, the eyes, it's actually done from the camera. So the camera's set at the eye level, and everything, all shooting and range and all that sort of stuff is calculated from the camera. So if you watch in this one, when they see an opponent, they will crouch. The camera should move down. It's crouching fine. It could actually stay crouched, but shouldn't crouch stand up if you skip it, and that bot just disappeared there because his health was around 0. He's constantly crouched, and as you can see, the camera turns to face the opponent as well. So that's kind of working as well, and more errors. Next one is number 4, and number 4 is throw grenade. So each bot is given 2 grenades. This is a behaviour that would maybe be only available to bots of a higher difficulty. So let's see what happens here. In fact, before I show you that, what I'll do is I'll set it to 0, and I'll show you a couple other things that I've done within the game. So for the weapons that the first person character has, we now have projectiles for the rocket and the grenade launcher, and the grenade launcher, and we now have the basics of a grenade system as well. So that it lasts 3 seconds and explodes as it was in the original Soft 2. If you hold down the button and you hold it for too long, it goes off, and then if you hold down the button for a while and then throw it, it explodes when it hits the ground. So if the time runs out and it's still in the air, it doesn't explode. It explodes when it hits the ground. So that's that. So let's come back out of that and go back to number 5, I think it was. Was it 5? No, it was 4. So this is throw grenades. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, there we go. All the bots have 2 grenades. I think they've chucked them all. Oh, there's another one. The physics of the grenade isn't optimised yet, but don't worry about that. So yeah, that works as well. So next we have number 5, which is, where's that one? Strafe attack. Now the strafe attack, I don't have. It doesn't look like they're strafing. They are moving from side to side, and the calculations, the vectors are correct. The mathematical vectors are correct. But I don't have an animation that shows that. I don't have a strafe animation, so it doesn't technically look like they're strafing. But don't worry about it. They are. So see, because I don't have an animation, it looks like they're turning to face the direction of the strafe, and I don't know why they stopped there. But don't worry, the maths is right, so I'll just need to get an animation to fix that. And they shouldn't have stopped moving. That could be a wee bug that I need to fix. So they are technically strafing, and they're not firing. Why are they not firing? I don't know. I'll fix that. So next we have last one, number 6, which is move to a lean point and lean look and shoot. So the point targets that if I go up to the map here, the point targets are loaded into memory on map load, and they all have the name nav mesh target point bot underscore. That's how you identify that particular target point as being for the bot nav mesh. So they're all loaded into an array, and then if the target points that are specifically for leaning left and leaning right are then loaded into a separate array. And so when it comes to the point to use them, if they've got lean left, you set the action to lean left, and if it's got lean right, you set the action to lean right. I haven't quite got this to work perfectly yet, but let's see what happens. And there's only one point in the level set up to lean, so let's see what happens. And it's right where see, he is now leaning. See, he's leaning to the right there. He's in the right position, and he's leaning, and then he's firing. But he's not quite facing the wall properly. He can maybe be a bit closer to the wall, so that he's actually leaning round. But that is working. I just need to optimise it a wee bit. So there you go. That's the 7 different attacks that the bots have. There is one other thing I haven't done yet, and that's the weapon-specific things you would expect. Bots with a sniper rifle to take more long-range attacks. Bots with a shotgun to do come in close, that sort of thing. Weapon-specific thing. And I haven't done bots with knives, but you know, I wasn't actually intending to do that, but the option is there. We'll see what happens. So what I want to do now is come back to here, put the random value back in, and let's have a look at the bots randomly selecting their difficulty and randomly selecting their attack. Let's see how that goes. That's another target point there. Occasionally the bots stop at a target point. It's something I need to fix, but there is a few bugs, but nothing to worry about. But as you can see, we now have bots in our game. So, I think that's all I wanted to say. I don't think there's anything else. In the next video, next thing I'm going to do is restructure all the code into client and server setup so that everything that should run on the server runs on the server and everything runs on the client runs on the client, because obviously that's the way the game is going to work when it's finished. So I'm going to get that set up next. I need to restructure the code and start making a few C++ classes to hold all the correct information in the place. It's a bit messy right now, so I need to tidy that up. So, yeah, so that's bots added to the game. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you see we're getting there. I hope you found that interesting. And thank you for watching. And until next time, see you later.